the weirdest temperature that it's ever been today. I have no idea if I'm cold or if I'm hot, but I'm wearing a short sleeve Hawaiian shirt anyway, so I'm trying to look how I want to feel. You know what I mean? What's that hair doing? Breezy, easy breezy cover girl hair always goes everywhere. So I went back and listened to one of these, and y'all are so patient. The wind in the microphone, horrific. Horrific. I don't know why you tolerate it. I don't know why you put up with it, but I appreciate that you do. All right, we're gonna wait for people to show up. I don't just want to talk at myself. I do that enough on streams. Although I guess this is a stream, isn't it? I am wearing my actual prescription glasses today, so I can't promise I'm going to be able to see everything super well, but I'm going to try my best. I'll be very impressed to see if anybody gets the reference in today's title. I feel like Walking in Memphis is a pretty niche song. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's much more famous than I think it is, but I think it's probably pretty niche. It's also possible nobody will show today. That's surprising though. I guess it is a little later than I normally go live, so maybe people aren't on lunch break. Maybe noon is the perfect time for these. A little later doesn't work. That could make sense. What's up, Jonathan the Master Smith? How we doing? How was Deacon Shannon's birthday yesterday? I so hated that I couldn't be there. I hope that everything went well. Y'all played some fun games and things. Solid. Nice. Love it. Love it and love to hear it. I've been enjoying... I haven't been able to get on Board Game Arena as much as I would like to. It's just so hard to do that. Did karaoke one night, spend time with friends. Oh, got you. Oh, go on that, baby. All right, we're going to come back around for your excrement. So I guess that means I'll have to end live a little early. I don't feel like picking that up on stream, but I am going to pick it up because I'm a good citizen. Karaoke night with friends. Did you go to one of those like Korean karaoke's? Because I'm always super jealous. I really want to try one of those. But Logan has no interest. Thank you.
Hi.
Yeah, she's a good dog.
Oh, weren't you just precious? Yes, you are. You smell my kitty cats on me, don't you?
She is actually the friendliest.
I love her. I love all babies.
That's right. Come on, girl. We got to get walking. Yeah, that is the downside of having the friendliest dog in the world. Is that she ain't afraid of nobody. Not nobody, not no how. She will go up and jump on literally anyone. Because she just loves people. She's that dog. Karaoke in Newton? And it's a Korean in Newton? Surely not. It's just regular karaoke. It mustn't be. There's no way. Maybe there is. Where there's a will, there's a way. But like the little private rooms instead of, one big TV in front of everybody. I like the concept. Oh, it has little rooms. Okay, well, there you go. Well, how curious. Well, that's not too far from us at all. Maybe I'll have to go in a future time. Come on now. This dog is so curious. Korean folks run it, serve Korean and American food. Oh my goodness. I'm so interested. I'm on board. For those of you that aren't familiar with the area we're referring to, I just wouldn't expect a small rural town to have something like that. Okay, don't stop, baby. Huge Asian population. I mean, even still, I guess I'm not even necessarily meaning like that there's not anybody that could run it. I'm more referring to the like population that could sustain it. But what do I know? I'm no city planner. I literally have trouble planning a small church. So what do I know? Stop looking back at me. All right, Junie wants to say hello. I think she's jealous. Say hello. Because I know you want to. You're desperate to say hello to everybody. Sweet dog. Oh, in Vail, they used to have karaoke at Cat Square filled up every Friday, hundreds of people. That's incredible. Incredible. The little secrets. The secrets of the rural population. I feel like we could talk about that for a while. See, my minimal experience, I mean, I grew up in a rural town. I was born in a rural town. I've served a church in a rural town, and they've all been dramatically different. Welcome in, Cozy Cowboy. How we doing? Hope you're doing all right. We're going on a little walk. It's freezing cold and also sweaty all at once. I can't figure out the temperature. The past 2 days, really. It's like when the wind is blowing, frozen solid, frozen. I mean, wish I had a coat on. When the wind is not blowing, I start dripping sweat, just pouring sweat out. And so I'm just choosing to be cold rather than choosing to drip sweat. Honestly, the wind has just picked up out of nowhere, so that's even more frustrating. But yeah, we've been doing these little pop-up streams, Cowboy. Just doing a random and sporadic whenever I'm on a walk and I happen to have. Yeah, I'm sure. I listened back to one of these streams, and I don't know how y'all are being so patient with me. Which I don't know if there's a better microphone I could use. I'm sure there is. Maybe I'll invest in one since these walks are getting more and more often. Is it just completely unhearable at this point? Because I could always plan to just wrap this one. Come on, baby. Oh, she wants to visit so bad. Come on, baby. You're all right.
There's bags on that pole to clean up after you.
Oh yeah, I'm planning on it. Seeing if we can get it all out first.
Okay.
You are able to hear good. And we're spinning. Oh, mercy. Well, I hope that everybody enjoyed the Unicorn Overlord sermon yesterday. I guess we could always treat these as kind of like post-conversations on the things that we discussed in that one. I thought this was a pretty unique one. The more that I've played since writing that sermon, it just keeps on going. Unicorn Overlord is downright ridiculous with how forgiving it allows you to be as Elaine. I really thought, this is spoilers, I guess. Spoilers for the third act. Fourth act, I guess, if you count the tutorial as an act. Fourth act of Unicorn Overlord. At one point, you're fighting against a beastrel that is a rat that has just murdered everyone, that has just waged a war on everyone, and like fully expected them because of the way they gave this character like a pity backstory and depressing stuff behind it. And I was like, oh no, like they're gonna give me a chance to recruit this literal like genocidal maniac. And sure enough, they did not. But I thought for sure they were going to let us, and I was like, I guess I get to recruit a eugenicist on my team. Why not? But then it did not pan out that way. But it's been baffling, the things they have let me do and the things they haven't. I can't figure it all out. It is an interesting game. It is a pretty vanilla story. 4 acts in and everything is still pretty rudimentary. But I would say that's kind of all Fire Emblem-like games. I've never played the, what are they called? Ogre. I've never played the Tactics Ogre games. And so there's a chance maybe those are better stories. But I feel like all the Fire Emblems are just kind of war stories, you know? None of them are too terribly interesting. So. I still want a system, but time. Are you talking about a game system? Like a console? I see all these games. There's so many games. There's so much to do. Game system, I got you. Yeah, well, it's hard to recommend. I mean, if you have a good computer, it's hard to not just recommend Steam nowadays. Or if you got a good phone, you can do Xbox Game Pass and do the Game Pass on your phone. Stream a bunch of the games as long as you got good internet. There are ways. There are ways without buying a console nowadays. Those would be my two easy recommendations. I do think if you're going to get a console nowadays, you really want to get, if you're a mobile user, you might want to get the Steam Deck. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. But even still, I mean, even if it's not about the money and buying something new, for me, it's a convenience factor. And so, like, we bought a PS5 for Checkpoint to play PS5 games when they come out on stream. But if I were buying a system, I would not buy a PS5 because I am an on-the-go gamer. I need a Steam Deck. I need to play on my phone. I need to be able to take things with me. That's why the Switch was such a game changer. But the PS5 Portal doesn't really work that way. And so, like, for instance, you know, being on the road, having a conference to go to as a pastor, I can take my Steam Deck with me, play through whatever game I'm playing. Being a dad, my kids need me. I can be out in the living room while they're playing. We can play together. Any of those sorts of things on the movable console. So it's got to be mobile. Got to be mobile for me. The day that phones are truly able to hack it, that'll be a real game changer. I think that guy thought I wasn't going to pick up my dog's poop. I promise I will, you guys. I am a good citizen. I just don't really want to set the phone down. I'll do it as soon as I end live. So yes, Unicorn Overlord, pretty good. I still want to know what John was talking about over on my Facebook page whenever I posted it about the different mounts meaning different things. I'm so curious. I want to know all of whatever he's heard, because that sounded like a great conversation. Maybe he's further in the game than I am and knows more than I do, but I don't know to what he was referring. But I would love to find out. Had a great conversation this morning with somebody that's a potential member here. Excited to hear what they continue thinking. Sounded like they were excited about level 2 as a possibility, so maybe with a bit more discernment. That'll be in their future. It's exciting stuff. I don't know if everybody's seen, but we are now YouTube partners, and so we have a lot more features. One of which is we now have the ability to do super thanks and that kind of thing in the chat, where you can give a little extra money and get your attentions noted on the comment section or anything like that. And then we also have the ability to link our Teespring. So all of our t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, water bottles, whatever should be linked underneath here, which is super cool. So I linked the Love Anyway shirt for this one. That's one of my oldies but goodies. One of my favorite designs that I've ever done. Just a real simple message. Fancy I just give on the website. That's also a very viable option. Very viable option. We also had that meeting this morning within the finance team of level 2. Asynchronous meeting, but the meeting. Talking about giving and the future of Checkpoint. And, we're going to start being a little bit more transparent about where we are financially. Not that it's ever been hidden. We've just not taken intentional efforts to really share that message. So we're going to be more clear in the upcoming months. So if you haven't, be sure to subscribe to the One Stop Pop-Up. That's a To The Point newsletter every Monday. We're going to be including our progress each month of how much we've raised that we need for that month. And then probably going to be doing the same thing on stream. But I feel like maybe there are folks within the community that are like, oh, Checkpoint doesn't need my support because they're doing just fine. But the truth is that we need help to survive. We're trying to sustain a full-time ministry. And we need staff, really. And if we can't get to 100%, we can't even talk about staff, you know? If we can't cover our operating, then what are we going to do? Church always needs money and people. That's the truth. And we got a lot of people. We can always use more. But money is definitely the thing that we haven't taken the time to be intentional about discipling and building. So we're going to work on it. We're going to work on it. All will be well. So yeah, we got options coming up. The checkbox is always viable. By the way, the checkbox sign-up did end yesterday, did lapse. So unfortunately, if you want one of those, you'll have to wait until May for the next one. I know you want to stop and talk. I know it. Maybe we'll stop at this next lap. We'll do one more lap. Walk all the way back over to the poop. And then I'm going to go let this dog go see those people. Because they really want to see her. She really wants to see them. So, sure. Why not? Yes, I'm going to let you see them. You look back at me like, really? Is that true? Oh, man. So I'm genuinely not sure what my next sermon is going to be on, which is frustrating, terrifying, all the things. But I've got a couple of ideas. A couple of things that are coming to an end. A couple of different anime. I'd like for it to be an anime, since we just talked about a video game. Try to do a good job of going back and forth. Still need to go see Boy and the Heron. You're watching from Memphis. Oh, that's perfect. That works. That works, Rusty. I think that covers us, so now we're fine. Yeah, I was wondering how many people were going to get that reference in our title. So we don't really do anything for Easter, Jonathan. We did something our very first year, and it just royally flopped. And so I really don't focus on it from a Checkpoint perspective because it kind of messes up our asynchronous kind of calendar list system. I think that if we were going to do more Easter things, it would need to happen on the Manna and Mingle DLC level. That would be the only place that would really make sense. Like, we'll obviously wish everyone a happy Easter and that kind of thing. We don't necessarily do anything intentional within the space. It just doesn't work. Now, if I just happen to have something that speaks to the resurrection, then sure, I'll do that. But I'm not going to shoehorn it. That's always my concern. I think Checkpoint really works, or the nerdy sermons really work from that angle, because I allow the kind of spirit of the thing to draw out rather than try to force anything into it. And so I don't want to ever let the media read the scripture as opposed to the scripture read the media, right? Rankin Bass, Here Comes Peter Cottontail, love it. I feel like we need a modern Rankin Bass. When's that happening? Oh no, the people got up. Oh no, poor dog. The dog just wanted to say hello. But they got up. We are going to go. I'm going to go to my dad's church for Easter this year, which is nice. For those of you that didn't know, my dad is a pastor. And me and my siblings always do our best to go and attend his church on Easter Sunday. Support him, love him, be there for that time together. Do need a modern Rankin Bass, I agree. We need it. So worth it. We can do it. We have the technology. Just preaching 5 times is cool. NBD. Are you doing 2 sunrise services? How are you preaching 5 times? Or do you mean Holy Week? Holy Week. Thursday, Friday, 3 times on Saturday. There you go. Sunday. Well, you're telling me you aren't going to do Spy Wednesday? Why not 6 times, Jonathan? Come on. My very first year preaching, my very first year serving a church, we did doing Perfume Wednesday. Very nice. Yeah, we shared Easter with the local churches, and there were 3 churches, and every year they would split up each night between each other. My first year, I got Spy Wednesday. Literally had never heard of it. Had no idea what that even was. Did not care about that in the church calendar. Like, we'd always practice Monday, Thursday, Good Friday, sunrise, Easter Sunday. Nobody had ever done the Wednesday service. Neither the Perfume nor the Spy. And so I wound up doing my research in my very first year of preaching, very first Easter, completely clueless. We have readings for every day of the week, yes. But I've never found anybody that does Monday and Tuesday other than in the Catholic Church. Like 14 on Saturday, so many. It's almost like we have a whole story that we're telling. It's almost like it's called Holy Week and not Holy Couple Days. Holy Weekend, Batman. I think this is going to work out perfect. So on this next lap, we're going to make it to the poop. I'm going to end live, and then we're going to pick out the poop and leave. With complexity and nuance? Exactly. Rusty says, I grew up a good Southern Baptist kid, so it was just Palm Sunday, Good Friday, and Easter. Well, there you go. So no Maundy Thursday. My wife grew up Baptist, and she was always like, what is Maundy Thursday? What is Lent? What is Ash Wednesday? She was like, what are these weird cult-like things you're doing? And I was like, they're not cult-like. They're historic. But now she's fine. Now she's cool with them. But yeah, it is interesting to me, the high church experience. I don't consider the Methodist Church by and large high church, but there was definitely there are definitely pockets where it gets high church and low church, and Episcopalian, not so much. Grew up UMC and all that didn't hit until the early 90s. I remember we used to have the now problematic, what is it called? Oh, what is it called? The supper. Why can't I remember the name of it? It was a Jewish practice. And the Jewish church has gotten a bit, Seder meal, thank you, Seder. We used to do Seder, and they've stopped doing that since it became problematic. But I really appreciated it. I didn't think that we did it in a way that was appropriating or anything like that. It was more of an educational experience. And we had somebody from the local temple, like it wasn't like we did it. But, you know, I'm going to respect the voices of those that are in the minority position and do what I can, when I can, how I can, ways I can, all those things. But yeah, all that good stuff. I remember the Seder meal. You have a boiled egg is one of them. And we were at a church plan where it was like we had no idea how many were going to show up. We were like, we're either going to have 20 or we're going to have 300. And so we boiled so many eggs. And me and my buddy Michael went around after the service, like the church, like the preacher's kids do, and ate at least a dozen eggs each. And man, I was so uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable for like the rest of the week. It was awful. I've been in one that used just a Mediterranean cuisine, not full Seder. Nice. Just to be immersive, I respect it. There's ways to make it work. All right, folks, we're going to wrap this one up. We are Shepherd Church. I'm really pastor here of this church, but really a church online. And we believe 3 things we care about every single one of you out there. Number 1, that God loves you. Number 2, we love you. Number 3, that you matter. If you want to join us for more conversations, go to discord.gg/checkpointchurch. We'd love to have you over in that space and continue talking to you. We're also live every Sunday, or every other Sunday night, every Tuesday night, and every Wednesday morning on twitch.tv/checkpointchurch. And sporadically, we're walking like this together. So wherever, whenever, I look forward to seeing you then. Until next time, bye-bye.